Well, hello, we're doing it again. A little live with some local real estate agents. Talking about the Charlotte market, what's going on in the Charlotte market, what questions we get posed and asked at all times. So I am waiting for Shana to hop on here so we can have a quick little Instagram live collaboration. So we have a couple questions here that we're going to talk about. Let's see if Shana can get on here. It's always funny. Okay. Hi, Abby. All right. We did it.
I'm on.
Yeah, Abby was like, I heard her say, like, hello, Shana. I was like, Abby, we're about to do a live.
I thought she was calling to tell me like something had happened. I was like, oh no.
Oh, good. Well, awesome. Yes. Looking forward to this live today with you. Appreciate it. Like talking to local real estate agents and just more professionals in the business like yourself to talk about the market. So how is your day going? You going good? Yeah.
It's going good. It's been a wild ride, juggling the business, the family, and all the things, but
right.
We're good. I was at Sam's at 7 a.m. to get snacks because the other kids are going to go starving. So,
right.
Full balance here.
Well, we'll just go ahead and hop right into what's that?
How's your day?
It's going.
How's your day?
Just juggling everything. Like, I'm learning to be a new father. Learning to kind of juggle fatherhood with business and all that. It's definitely a learning curve, and just kind of learning every day is a new learning experience when it comes to parenthood. So, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I think so. My wife she is a rock star. She's definitely would not be able to do it without her. So I commend you. Shana, for being a mother and being a business, being basically a business owner. You own your own, real estate. It's your business, right? So it's hard. It's very hard to just be another period, and then to add that on top of it. So just very commendable what you do, and just all mothers around the globe that do what you do.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kudos to parents juggling business and kiddos in these days.
Right.
It's pretty crazy, but
for sure.
Here we are.
So a couple questions that we've kind of, trying to talk about the market, the real estate market, mortgage market, all that stuff, right? So I have a question for you. It's kind of probably a question that you get asked all the time. It's one of the things that I asked you is why, in your opinion and your expertise, why is it a good time to buy?
Right now, I mean, yes, everybody's freaking out about these interest rates, but just like yesterday, my buyer, we went under contract on a property in Charlotte, and even in this price range, even 6 months ago to a year ago, that was 15, 20, 25 grand due diligence up front to even compete with these multiple offers. Whereas yesterday, we got in with a $1,500 due diligence fee. So even that small part of it, because again, you can qualify for a great loan, but if you don't have the extra cash on top of a down payment to bring a due diligence fee, you are not competing with some of these offers that was in the market a few months ago. And so now that it's leveling off a little bit, this is a fantastic time because A, you can always refinance, but B, it's not all this money on top of a down payment that you're having to come out of pocket. And what that fee is for is you're only getting it back at closing. So if anything happens, you just kiss that, and that's a lot to a lot of these buyers. So I think just that aspect of it, of not competing like it was, but the fact that you're able to keep more cash in hand is
and huge. That is a very fantastic point that you bring with that, because I have seen on that contract, right? I'm seeing that more and more, whereas you're not having to bring $20,000 in due diligence, $30,000 in due diligence, just to compete with the next offer that could be more. You could get beat by that. So, and that's, I personally think, you've been in the game for a minute, I've been in the game for a minute. I personally think that there should have been a cap on that due diligence when stuff got really crazy, because I saw $120,000 due diligence at one point on a contract of mine. And not only did I freak out because that's $120,000 due diligence, I had to make sure that I really upped my game for that, right? Because if it comes back on me, that they're out that money. So, which it didn't, thank God. But I wouldn't think that it would. But that's just craziness. So I am with the same mindset as you. I am thankful that things have gotten back to normal, and a average good due diligence is $1,500 or $2,000. That's what it should be. It should not be the $20,000 and $30,000.
Right.
So,
right. So that on top of a $100,000 over asking price. So now with these multiple offers, yeah, you got a great interest rate, but you also just paid $100,000 more than any comp. And so now these other comps are going to use you to push that up again and elevate the market. But you were the one that set that pace. And again, it only took certain buyers to be able to compete with what a lot of people were bringing to the table. And it all goes down to not only that qualification level that had to be up more than what that purchase or the listing price was, but hey, do you also have cash in for your down payment and the due diligence? So it's like you're not getting this. Actually, we're seeing, I've got $20,000. I'm negotiating $30,000 right now off ask price.
Right.
That was unheard of, because your due diligence was held over your head. It was great getting in to that contract, but there was no other negotiations, because hey, I'm going to keep your $50,000 due diligence, and I'm going to take Bobby's offer over here. Now there's not so much leverage to screw the buyer on the other side as well with that same.
Right.
That same
I know,
piece.
100%.
So,
I mean, you're right. There's so many things that have come into play. It has been such a drastic shift from seller's market to buyer's market, back to seller's market. Such a drastic shift, because you're right. I mean, people, they didn't care. Like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna fix this. What should be fixed, or a foundation issue, whatever. See ya.
Right.
Well, then, so.
right.
A lot of normalcy
Right.
is being brought back into the market, which is definitely needed. So in addition to that, so are you seeing on your end of it, you're seeing sellers basically giving some concessions now as well, in addition to that? So kind of tell me how you structure that to kind of have it be favorable for the buyer when it comes to concessions.
Obviously, it's every buyer is different. Their goals are different. What they have, in pocket to actually put towards. I always say if you can keep cash in pocket, and put some more on the loan, I think that's usually a smarter decision, because a lot of people moving, or it's 2, 3, 4 years, and they're upsizing, they're relocating. And so I think that keeping that money in pocket, and so asking for the sellers is huge. And so right now with the buy down rate,
Yep.
Sometimes we go in full throttle. Hey, we want this buy down rate, so we're immediately asking, $7-8 grand for the seller to pay up front. Then we get into negotiations, and contractors are backed up. Just a lot of other things, and so typically you can come out better by asking for a concession versus, hey, here's an invoice, pay the electrician $250, the plumber, $1,500, whatever. If you go in with a large lump sum, you typically come out better for the buyer, because it's saving the seller. They're not having to expend their energy in the middle of moving to get repairs and contractors and all the things in there. So we're actually coming out better to saying, hey, we'll take care of it after closing. We'll take on the headache of doing all this, but here's what that looks like. And so, up front, it's working. I'm seeing, with a great offer saying, hey, it's still below asking, but they're also asking for $5,000, sell it, pay closing. That's an upfront. Or I'm still negotiating more even after that during that negotiation period, because again, sellers are open to
Right.
that. There's not so much due diligence keeping them to say, screw you, we're going on to the next. They're also willing and helpful now, because they too have to get somewhere. The negotiation piece, that's my favorite part. I feel like that's where I aim to be great at, because that's again, you're protecting them, but also you got to use every facet of every piece of everyone. Not even if if I don't have the seller, I just have the buyer, but you've told me the seller has already bought and they're moving or whatever the case may be,
Right.
then that just gives us more leverage. And right now, sellers are working with us. I think, again, it's all so many jigsaw puzzles, right? Like that due diligence fee was held over a lot of buyers' head. I keep going back to that because it was. People were not negotiating. Buyers didn't have an opportunity. What you see is what you got, because if not, now you just lost a lump of your. Not a lot of people want to lose that cash for what? A repair or something that costs less than what you were willing to walk away from, right? So that fits into now not so much leverage for the seller to use against us, but to work with us. So I'm up front asking for it, and in the middle of negotiations asking for it or asking for more. And right now, it's working. It's working. Knocking on that wood.
So you're seeing homes, I guess, I mean, in the areas, are you seeing homes sit on the market longer than, a week or two, or are you seeing homes sit on the market like a month or so, or what do you see in the average?
Homes are definitely sitting longer. Even in some of the hot communities I see, but I'm also seeing a turnaround because, again, we're still so fresh into 2023. There was obviously that dull time in December where I even listed a few properties and did everything I could to pull it off and put like Christmas shopping and lights on the back burner to get it up live, but still people were, traveling and all the things. So there's a lot of days that account for that. But now that it's a new year, it's been a rapid increase on showings on my listing and buyers now ready to hit it full throttle. So I think there's a shift about to turn again where it's not so much days on market because they're starting to see that the buyers are still there. No, it's not this crazy amount, but you can still use these comps that are in your favor type of thing. So I see those days on market starting to shift, but I'm seeing, 14 to 25 days has been pretty typical. Even some homes that, I'm setting up showings and I'm like, dang, this has to be a new listing. Like, this looks great for this price, this community, this area. And I scroll down and I see 24 days and I'm like, but again, great for the buy side. Let's use that. You're sitting on the market. Clearly, you don't have them lining up the door, right? So, yeah, I think that 3-week marker is pretty typical right now.
Good stuff. Well, all right. What you got any questions? Over, let's see, a couple. Well, you know what? Tell me one of your funniest or craziest experiences or stories when it comes to like a listing or a buy side or whatever it may be. You got anything in that just kind of rings a bell, like a funny story?
You can go for days. Well, I'll just say something that recently happened because and it's more of a crazy because it really is not funny when you're in the midst of it. Only now can I say, whew, and kind of laugh. But one of my past clients, not a client anymore, does not live in the state anymore. Ended up being, embezzling millions of dollars from a company. And so there was a lot of things going on, these red flags popping up. And so I didn't realize how deep, I'm just thinking it's a real estate thing that this situation is happening in, but it actually was much deeper with that. So I feel like only on, like, this is like a TV show. Like, this is, what's that show with Leonardo DiCaprio? Wall Street?
Oh, like Wolf of Wall Street?
Literally Wolf of Wall Street. Like, oh my gosh, like there was some embezzling and crazy things going on. And here I am, like, average Joe, just working with this client, a wealthy client, but I had no idea, there was some things going on. So I'm just now getting out of that situation. So that's not so funny, but you never know people's stories, And so what you see on paper and it can be, there's a lot of meat to people, what I mean? So, that's that. But I have also, as a funny story, showed up on a final walkthrough. It was my listing. And the owner was shacked up downstairs in the basement and had not moved out, like said. And here we are, hours away from signing.
Oh my gosh.
So it was Yeah.
You really
You never know what
can't,
you're going to walk
man.
into,
You
you know.
can't.
I just strive to be a
You
blessing to people,
can't call it.
and it looks different in
Yeah,
every
it's it's every day is a surprise.
Can you imagine on the lend side, the lending side, like, hey, yeah, and then all of a sudden you're busted for
Right.
embezzling millions of dollars, and you're like, oh, maybe you don't qualify, maybe I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Well, good stuff. Well, all right. You got any other things that quick nuggets of info you want to tell anybody that's watching when it comes to like real estate right now, besides calling you to to buy and or sell?
Call me. Well, I'm just striving to really, connect with just professionals, buyers, sellers, whatever, just in this field in general. And so for me, as a real estate agent, and I know I'm not the only one, and I know that I'm going to get some of these edits or we'll screen record to get them on my page. But for you, I would like to take this time and ask you, why you? Because I, especially over the past year and a half, this crazy market, more and more lenders, hey, let's meet, hey, let's have coffee, hey, let's go to lunch, hey, let's do all of these things, right? Take real estate out of it because I am busy with work, but put in that, okay, I'm also a mother of 3 and all of these things too. And like, I love the people, I love face to face, I love in person. So that's my thing. Let's go for coffee, let's go for lunch, but obviously life and work. So for me, I want to take the time and just for everyone who's looking to buy and sell and all the things, why, when they're investing, what is it that what does Angelo like, why you, right? So that would be something that.
Well, that's a great question. Longevity, knowledge. I'm not in this game I didn't get in this for the refi boom. There's so many people that got in this thing because rates were in the 2s and 3s, and there's a million people that got in this because rates were low and loans were legitimately falling out of the sky. So I've been in this game for 20 years, right? This is my own company for 15 years. This is something that I enjoy. I love doing. I thoroughly enjoy. I want to look, it's as stupid as this may sound, I want to make mortgages fun again. Like, we do videos, we can make this fun. It doesn't have to be, mortgages nobody wants a mortgage, right? Nobody really wants a mortgage. They want the house. So if we can kind of bring some of that, that fun back into getting a mortgage and trying to take out those pain points in getting that mortgage, then that's kind of what I've evolved into as my company. Like, our core values are accountability, honesty, integrity, and accountability. Like, I stand for something, and everybody on my team stands for something. So I know the garbage that's out there, and we're a dime a dozen. You could call me, you could call 20, 30, 40 people that are in the phone book. If you Google somebody, you can call it, but let's take a look at their knowledge. How long have they been in the business? What they really care about, their client experience, and what matters to them, right? So I'm not just in this game just to knock somebody's head off on, with one transaction. I am in this to build relationships with my clients. You're family to me. Look at my Google reviews, and you can see, like, welcome to the family. We have swag. Like, we genuinely, you're part of the LOG family, the extended family. So buying a home is huge. Refinancing is huge. And if we can be a part of that, to kind of help you and guide you along the way and have fun during the process, that's literally and of course give you the awesome rates as well. That's what we do. And I know I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent with that, but I genuinely care about the client experience and have somebody having a good experience when they close a loan. So
I love it. You can hear it when you speak. So I think that's huge because, again, you can pick up and do any of this anywhere, but you're not just getting a rate, you're not just buying a house, you're getting an experience, and you're getting someone who genuinely cares for you and is going to represent you to the fullest, right? Again, I always say, once you hire me, this isn't
Right.
like you're done. Like, you hired me for life. You just hired a family member. I'm coming to your cookouts. You're invited to mine. That's how, once you just build these relationships. And I think when you genuinely care, it pours out. And so, yeah, kudos. 15 years. I'm 10 in, I'm 10 in this year. And kudos for, over a decade and just pushing through, because I know there's a lot of roller coaster rides and you held on, and that's beautiful. So that just speaks to you're still doing it. I appreciate that.
Appreciate that, girl. Well, yeah. Well, it has been 20 minutes. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You are a very, very busy mother and real estate realtor. So I want to let you get back to what you're doing, and just thank you so much for having us. And yeah, we'll chat offline, and we'll get some good edits from this, and we'll get some good clips. So thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me, and we'll do more of these in the future, girl. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.